Hey, what is up, Nomad Nation? You've got Godfather. I am one third of your Nomad Gamers. It's Tuesday. We have made it through yet another week. We have started another week. I tell you what, it's been so goddamn busy that, yeah, it's just been a whirlwind of a Tuesday. But we got a lot in store for you today. We have got, I'm going to tell you about the background, about last week's background. I'm going to talk a little bit about the 2026 Minecraft drop. I'm going to talk a little bit about Battlefield 6 Season 2 being delayed. Rockstar's in some legal trouble still. You remember that union busting or that the layoff of all those Grand Theft Auto 6 employees? It's coming back to bite Rockstar. Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. Bethesda came out and said some very interesting things about both of those. Rockstar yet again. They banned a mission. We'll get into that here very soon. There's a new game coming out with a massive map, and this map it is larger than RDR2 and Elder Scrolls 5. So we'll dive into that. Fallout First is having some problems. Bethesda's over there. I think they're starting to squirm a little bit. They should be squirming a little bit. And then we got some Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas rumors that we need to chat about. So that is what is on our wonderful agenda for tonight. I've got my little space heater under the desk here to keep my feet nice and warm. So let's get kicking into Talking Tuesday. So first and foremost, if you're watching me on Facebook, on Kick, or on Twitch, thank you very much. You have found Godfather. And then on Twitch, it is Godfather09 because some jackass wanted to steal my name. But anyways, uh, that is that's where I'm at. If you like what you see, give me a like, hit that follow button, turn on your notifications. That way, every single time that I come live at you, you are being notified. Oh yeah, and we're gonna be talking about my live sessions too. That'll be first up. Excuse me. Now, if you are watching me over on YouTube, thank you very much. You have found the home of the Nomad Gamers, where every single Saturday, 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, my two co hosts join me and we go over a wide variety of topics. In the gaming world, we like to have a little bit of fun with it, poke a little fun at each other, and go from there. Hang on just a second. For a little heater, that thing kicks out a lot of daggum heat. All right. And we all know last week was the first week. I think I've worked out the kinks. TikTok, welcome to Talking Tuesday. You have found Godfather 1. If you want to see some exclusive gameplay, go on over to TikTok. If you want to see some highlights of my gaming night, head over to TikTok. I post my highlights as a post there. And then finally, last but not least, Discord. If you want to talk to your favorite Nomad gamer, uh, go on over to www.discord.com. Search for the Nomad Gamers, spelled the same way that it's spelled right here. Join the channel. You'll see all of our sub channels off to the left. You will see Godfather in there. Come on in and join up and let's see what we can do. All right, so let's get on with tonight's events. We got a lot of them tonight. We need to rock and roll and get through all of them, and then we will go from there. So for the background, last Thursday's background. Remember the rules. The rules are wherever you are finding Thirsty Thursday or Talking Tuesday, to be able to get this gift card, you need to give my page a follow. Then you need to like whichever episode you were watching. And then give me the what game it was. Remember, it's 1 point for the game, 1 point for the sequel or what line in the franchise it is, a third point, and every point after that for what system did it come out on. I.e., if I were to put Fallout 2 behind me, and you were to come, or I'm sorry, let's go Fallout 4. Fallout 4 behind me. And you said, hey, Godfather, it's Fallout 4. There's 2 points because you got Fallout and you've got Fallout 4. By the way, it came out for the PC. There's 3 points. Xbox, there's 4. PS4, there's 5. PS5, there's 6. You could have gotten 6 points off of that. So last week's was Final Fantasy Tactics from the early 2000s. Uh, it came out on the PlayStation 1. It was a hell of a game. And yeah, I played the hell out of it. So let's go with this week's background. Let me roll out of the way because yeah, the thumbnail didn't come out so well. All right, so here we go. We have got this bomber right here. It looks like a bomber. And then it looks like you've got a helicopter right here. You got all these fighters right down in here. And then what do you got over here? It looks like you got another fighter right there, and then all kinds of explosions here, here, and right over here. And then you've got this, looks like a Mustang firing all kinds of rounds at the tail of this bomber. So again, like and follow my page. Tell me what it is. If you are correct, you'll win points and you'll be entered into the Amazon $20 gift card for Godfather's famous Guess the Background. All right, so there we go. There's that. So it's 2026. We all know this. We're halfway through January, and Microsoft is just now teasing about its first drop of 26, and it might finally be the thing that stops, well, pretty much stops everybody from being a passive mob killing machine in Minecraft. Now, if you've been watching me for quite a while now, you would know that uh, Minecraft and me are very good friends. I like the simplicity of Minecraft. I like the fact that they have not had to come out with major updates to the game to make it fun, to make it playable. The biggest thing about this game and the reason why it's so successful, and I've said this in the past before, is because it's all about your imagination. If you can think it, you can build it. All you really got to do is figure out the redstone, figure out the lapis. There's a couple things you do have to figure out, but elevators. This is a block game. Elevators are in the game. You can make them with redstone. I wouldn't suggest it because there's a lot of moving parts and you could probably get knocked off and killed or fall off the other way and get killed too from the height damage. So I wouldn't suggest it, but again, you can build it. A little water tube for an elevator. You can build that. That's the fastest way up and down anywhere. So my love for Minecraft is well known because of those factors. In the time that I've been playing it, I can only think of up to now two major updates to the game. One that dropped your mining from 0 to -50 before you hit bedrock, and the other one was for the copper golems and to kind of give us more recipes for copper. Uh, and that's the only two. So let's look into and see what they are looking at doing. I made a decision uh, before we get into this. I made a decision that I was not going to pre-read these articles. I was just going to read them, and then I'm going to live react on air because I think you will get a more genuine response out of me rather than if I read it beforehand and went that route. Also, on Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am doing auto shop missions. I am doing I'm doing nothing but missions. So you're not going to see me out there running the criminal empire, as in all of the illicit businesses that fall under the MC. You're going to see me out there driving from point A to point B because I have to go make money. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun because it's challenging. The game might be a little older, but it is challenging. Hey, over on TikTok, Jason 291983. Thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. I missed a few of them. I see I've had 6 viewers over there, so they're going to be coming. They're going to be going. If I see you, uh, I'll give you a shout out just to say hi. If you have any comments on Talking Tuesday, by all means, put them into the comment section. I will answer them to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answer, you know what? I'll be your little gopher boy. I'll go run and get the answer for you. All right, with the 2025 cycle of drops out of the way, Minecraft has already revealed a feature of its next update. And let me tell you, it's simply adorable. Their words, not mine. In fact, it's probably going to stop the writer from this, and most other people, from creating tiny little animal farms as a food source as a whole, which is pretty dramatic statement given every Minecraft player seems to do the same thing. We all do. You build your structure, then very next thing you do is you build your garden, then you go and you build your enclosures for the cows, the chickens, the sheep, uh, the llamas, the horses, uh, all of that stuff, all of the wildlife in Minecraft, you end up penning up, and you farm them for food, you farm them for stuff that you need for your bed, you use them to get around the map. Horses, llamas. I don't have a fucking clue why you have a llama, but some people do, and that's okay. In a post to the official Minecraft news blog, it was revealed that baby mobs will be getting an entirely new appearance. If you remember correctly, when you had a new chicken, it just looked like a miniature chicken. When you had a miniature drowned, it was just a little dude with a really big head. That's all changing with this. Uh, Prior to this drop, all baby mobs were just downsized versions of the fully grown model, which they were, with massive heads. There, that remember that. Now, though, this new look gives them single pixelated eyes, and depending on the mob, an entirely new model like the yellow, blocky chick rather than a small chicken. Again, these are not these are not huge updates to the game. This is not adding content to the game. This is refining what they already have to make our gaming experience on that game more enjoyable. And I'll tell you right now that I really enjoy a game who doesn't necessarily dive into the bag of creativity, but just polishes what they already have. I'd even go as high as saying 99.9% of the games out there right now, they need new creativity I'd say about every quarter. In fact, you've heard the Nomad Gamer say this before, that developers cannot develop the content quick enough for the uh, for the gamers. And the reason for that is because we can consume it faster than they can make it. For Minecraft, that is completely turned around. It is, we're thinking of what we want to build and the area that we want to build up. And we don't need them to come out with any with any bag of tricks or any creativity. We can just pretty much do our own thing without Minecraft having to babysit us. The rest of this article is just, and if you want to go read it, it's over on PC Game or PC Gamer, I'm sorry, .com, and it's one of the very first articles you're going to find. The rest of this article pretty much just is the game director, the artist, and people like that who are excited for this product and who are talking this product up to the media, which they should. Uh, if you work on something, you should be working on it with pride, and then you'll have an awesome time when you're doing it. So I'm very much so looking forward to this update. When it does come out, I'll jump onto mine, Sweet Kitty Pie, and Fireball's Realm. We've been working on a realm now for, oh boy, I'd say 4 to 5 years now. If you go back into the archives of either Talking Tuesday or Thirsty Thursday, I did give uh, I gave somewhat of a tour of the realm from Fireball's big ass statue sitting out on the coast to mine and Sweet Kitty Pie's cave and our complex uh, subway system. So every biome in Minecraft that we find, we burrow a subway from what we like to call a forward operating base to the new biome. And then while I am carving it out and I'm going 3 wide by 4 high and I'm doing all kinds of stuff down there, pretty much I'm the demo man. Sweet Kitty Pie is at the new base and she is building it up and she's going to town with uh, decorating it, putting in smelters, putting in everything that we need. Because when we're done with that subway system, then we're going to be starting from that forward operating base and moving to the next one, making a big ass circle. Now, after she is done with that, then she normally jumps behind me and she will start putting up stamped bricks and putting down our lighting source. And then I come back through after she's put glass down and I run the tracks. But I believe it's about 10 minutes to get from our main base to the furthest point on the map. And that's by rail. If you're going to try and do it by foot, it'd probably take you forever and a day. But there is not a place on the map that we haven't, that isn't lit up that Sweet Kitty Pie has not been to. All right, so that's enough for Minecraft for one night. Minecraft is one of those games that's just out there. They do their own thing, and they've been going strong for over 20 years now. All right, so EA delays Battlefield 6's next season a month to further polish and refine season 2, and the only words I want to hear next are bigger maps. You're not going to get bigger maps, people. I hate to tell you this. With the further polish and refine, it is not bigger maps that they're trying to give you. It would almost have to be like a DLC to get a bigger map installed into Battlefield 6. I don't quite know what they are trying to polish and refine as the mechanics of the game works. All they have to put into it is rewards for hitting certain milestones. Once you get that reward for that certain milestone, that would be about the only thing that needs to be polished and refined. But let's go on through this and go from there. First thing I see on here, it says naval warfare. You know, that would be kind of cool on that game. Uh, they already got tanks, they got Humvees, they can call in strikes. Naval warfare might be pretty good, but if you remember correctly, If you like naval warfare, and hold on a second, Bruce, thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. I do appreciate it. If you like naval warfare, then World of Battleships is for you. It is a good game. World of Tanks is another good game, but I digress. EA is delaying Battlefield 6 Season 2 by a month, and its reasons for doing so are unnecessarily vague. As we go further into Talking Tuesday, you are going to see the consequences of a company being vague when they are announcing something. During our ongoing development, we've continued to review community feedback and, in order to keep our promise, determined that our best path forward is to extend season one and give ourselves extra time to further polish and refine season two, reads Battlefield Studios blog post, and it was published today. To hold folks over until season two's new launch date of February 17th, Battlefield 6 will get another mini battle pass free of charge. It's called the Frostfire Bonus Path and includes a weapon package, at least one soldier skin, and a bunch of double XP tokens. The simplest way to pad out a battle pass you didn't plan on having to make. Well, here's my one problem uh with these games and their new seasons and then delaying it. When they launched season one, take a couple days off. Take a couple days off to breathe. That's fine. That's dandy. That's okay. But you should have been working on season two a week after season one launched. That way you don't have a delay. Because if you look at all the other games out there that delay, uh, Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout, all of these games that delay, except for one, Grand Theft Auto 6, all you do is you hurt the end user. The gamers leave and they don't come back. The gamer jumps to another game and then gets engulfed in it. I'll give you an example. Fallout 76. They kept delaying the patches. They kept delaying uh, all the fixes to that game. Starfield came out. I just jumped to another game, one to the next. And then that game engulfed me, and I never came back. I'm now coming back to Fallout 76. The same thing happened to Grand Theft Auto 5. They delayed DLCs. Fallout 76 came out, and I got engulfed into that. I am just now coming back to Grand Theft Auto 5. So again, I don't think this is a necessarily a wise move on EA's part. I just don't. And the new battle pass, the Frostfire bonus path, I think is a little cheap for a holdover path to get to season two. Kale, thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. I do appreciate it. Welcome back, by the way. Let's see here. Yeah, it's cheap. You get a weapon package, one soldier skin, and a bunch of double XP tokens. I don't know. I wish Dakota was on right now because he would be blowing up my chat right now, telling me how bad this is. And actually, I don't even think he plays Battlefield 6 anymore. Oh, we are all for devs taking extra time to finish updates instead of slavishly adhering to an arbitrary 3-month cycle. Again, I said that during the Minecraft segment of this show, especially because season one wasn't exactly great. We got one good map that probably should have been there at launch, one okay map, and a bunch of guns as forgettable and Sammy as Call of Duty's Wall of Gray Metal. Oh, wow. He is the comparison between Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty uh, has been made, which tells me that Battlefield 6 is starting to lose its momentum here. They want naval warfare fast track. When I say they, again, you can go over to PC Game or Gamer and you can find this article and you can see it for yourself. They want naval warfare fast tracked. They want expanded boundaries on the map that nobody likes. Maps too small is the single loudest piece of feedback. Now, 3 months into Battlefield 6's run, but DICE has been weirdly non committal about the whole thing. DICE is the people behind the scenes. It acknowledged late last year that bigger spaces are a thing they're looking at, but as a fan, it comes off as out of touch to say anything less than this is priority number one. A lot of games fall into this. So we have been seeing that Battlefield 6 has been kind of stepping down here lately. And it seems like they're taking a big step down with moving from season one into season two. Again, I'm going to see some of these comments. I am not going to say their names. It is on PC Gamer. If you want to see it, go ahead and go to the article and you can see it, but I won't reveal the identity. I mean, they definitely aren't ready for season two from a weekly bonus pass that released in a broken state where if you cleared your weekly challenges early, you just missed out on it. And that was 2 weeks ago. So not right off the rip to bugs and glitches that seem to just pile up without getting fixed. They they need to take some time and fix things instead of just rushing out new content to try and squeeze money out of players. This guy he said exactly and a little bit better than what I just said up top. This is a player of Battlefield 6 and he is saying that they're not fixing anything. I would be awfully pissed off if I went in and did my challenges early and got ripped off because I didn't procrastinate to the end. That would irritate me to absolutely no end. So I know Dakota's going to watch this. I know he's going to watch after he's doing whatever he's up to. Dakota, my man, give me a rundown on Battlefield 6. I will report on it again next Tuesday. Greg, Jerry, thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. I appreciate you watching. All right, here's one that the Nomad Gamers reported on this. I want to say 3-4 months ago. Fireball brought it up, and we talked about it for maybe 2 or 3 episodes because the news about it was rolling out, and we were doing a really good job of staying on it. And then all of a sudden, the news stopped, and like anybody else, we just kept rolling and we looked right past it. I'm going to bring this back up on Saturday for the Nomad Gamers and get Crush Rider's take and Fireball's take. But a judge today denied the interim pay for fired Rockstar employees, but the decision does nothing to suggest that Rockstar will not be found guilty of unfair dismissal when the case goes to trial, the union says. So to give you a little backstory, if you're watching out there and you don't know what Rockstar did, some developers out there said something. I don't quite know what they said, but they said enough to where Rockstar fired them for their actions. The employees came back and pretty much accused Rockstar of trying to union bust. This article is kind of damning to Rockstar. The judge said that the bar for demonstrating a pretty good chance of success in the case is higher than what will apply at the final hearing. A Scottish employment tribunal. Remember, this is happening overseas, not here. A Scottish employment tribunal has denied a request for interim relief for Grand Theft Auto 6 developers fired by Rockstar in October of 2025, saying they did not adequately demonstrate a likelihood that the final ruling on the matter will find that the former employees were fired because of their union membership or activities. The Glasgow Employment Tribunal has rejected the union's application for interim relief. A Rockstar spokesperson said in a statement provided to PC Gamer, "We welcome the decision, which is consistent with Rockstar's position throughout. We regret that we were put in a position where dismissals were necessary, but we stand by our course of action as supported by the outcome of this hearing." Maybe I read this a little wrong, at least at the top. Rockstar is about ready to put out a game that they spent just a little over $1 billion on. Hello, Gaming Utopia. Thank you for watching. Boyero. I think I said that right. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. Thank you for watching Talking Tuesday. So, Rockstar is out there getting ready to drop a game that they've spent a little over $1 billion on. That's the budget. They have been very tight lipped with this game from the word go for an exact reason, because they want to be driving the information train. These employees leaked some information and they got back that they did it. Rockstar fired them. Now, whatever's going on behind the scenes with the union and Rockstar and the negotiations, I haven't seen much about it, but I do have an opinion about this. If Rockstar is trying to union bust, shame on them. If the union is saying this to try and apply pressure to Rockstar, shame on the union. I am very interested to see what else is going on with this hearing. I do have a comment though. Got my hands on Hightail. I've heard so much about Hightail. I wasn't able to research it enough to find out everything about it to feel comfortable enough to talk about it on Talking Tuesday. When I was going through all the articles and looking to see what kind of news has been generating, that game came up so many times, and I don't know out there is what is correct yet. So when I see something correct, and it should come tomorrow or Thursday, I will start reporting on it at that time. It looks like a great game though. Let me know in the comment section here if you like that game. I haven't really seen any game streams on TikTok or on Twitch or on Kick for that game, but let me know. Okay, it's just okay. All right, good deal. Let's see here. I don't know why my chat box is not showing up, but it is now. All right. Rockstar fired more than 30 GTA 6 developers in 2025, initially accusing them of gross misconduct, and then later alleging that they shared confidential information in a publicly accessible Discord channel. Again, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's false. It's an accusation. But it was enough for Rockstar to fire them. The Independent Workers of Great Britain Union, however, claimed the employees were only speaking with labor organizers and that the firings represented one of the most blatant and ruthless acts of union busting in the history of the games industry. The IWGB initiated legal action against Rockstar in November of 2025 after the union claimed Rockstar refused to resolve the matter through negotiation. I don't know what you can negotiate about this. If you look back at, they shared confidential information in a publicly accessible Discord channel. Wouldn't it be prudent of both sides, not Rockstar, by the way, I'm not talking Rockstar, the employees and the union, to ensure that they were sharing this on a secured messaging site? And beyond that, if it's confidential information, what what does the union need to know that they can't go to Rockstar and say, this is the information we need? Instead, they went to the employees, and the employees were fired because this was brought up, which tells me somebody snitched, somebody uh, informed Rockstar that this had happened, and probably, if I had to make a bet, they probably took a screenshot of it and sent it to him. Let's see here. House of Void says on TikTok, wouldn't that go against the NDA that they likely signed anyhow? If there is an NDA in place, and we don't know if there is, Rockstar, let me rephrase that. If there was an NDA in place, Rockstar would have dropped that information like that, because then that alleviates them from any of this lawsuit, because they can just point back to the NDA and say the employees are under a non-disclosure agreement. They disclosed it to the union. Everybody out there needs to understand one thing. While I support the hell out of workers, I support the hell out of the unions. There is some things the unions don't need to know unless they've signed the NDA. Now, if Rockstar is not negotiating in good faith with the union, shame on Rockstar. But everything I'm reading right now goes to show me that I don't know if Rockstar was so wrong. Public opinion hasn't been on Rockstar's side. The IWGB has staged protests outside of Rockstar offices. More than 200 Rockstar employees wrote in support of their fired colleagues, and even the UK government weighed in. Edinburgh West MP Christine Jardine urged fellow ministers to support workers who have lost their jobs and stop this from happening again. While Prime Minister, and I'm going to murder his name, Keir Stammer, called it a deeply concerning case and promised ministers would look into it. That is great. I love to see a government that is looking to protect workers. That's not what this podcast is about, and I'm treading very lightly here. However, confidential information was shared in a non-secured way. They could have sent an email to the union. That's a secured way. Point A to point B, unless you get a hacker that gets in there, and then you got somebody in the middle. They could have sat down and had a meeting with the union where it's just their ears, a secured way of giving that information. But if it's something that the public can get their hands on, and I'm almost assuming it had something to do with Grand Theft Auto 6, and we all know how testy Rockstar gets when it comes to leaks. Look at a year or two ago when uh, that one guy, I forget where he was from, he got 10 years for hacking into Rockstar and then leaking the data. Or I don't know if he hacked in, but I know he leaked and he got 10 years. Uh, Common sense would tell you that he probably did, but I don't know that for sure. The denial of interim relief is a loss for the fired employees. That it is. One former Rockstar worker called it a gut punch, but only in a limited sense. The ruling notes that the IWGB Discord had roughly 350 members, more than half of whom were members of the IWGB itself, and that at least one had previously written press articles about video games. Okay. Including at least about Rockstar itself. It also acknowledges that three of the fired employees were Canadian and not members of the IWGB, and thus their trade union membership could not, therefore, have been a factor in their dismissal. That's all in line with Rockstar's prior allegations. Okay, so let's dissect this just a little bit more, and then we're going to move on because I'm spending a little bit of time on this, a little bit more than I wanted to. Discord is not a safe place if you want to share confidential information. Confidential information is just like an opinion, it is just like disrespect. Disrespect is in the eyes of the person that's been disrespected. Confidential information is only confidential if the company says it is. The worker doesn't have the right to say that's no longer confidential. They don't have that right. Discord, I am on three different channels, and I almost guarantee you they don't remember I'm there. I'm just lurking in the background. Just dang, 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 bang, bang. I There was one server that they let me in. Fuck it. I went in there and looked at how they were doing business. I wanted to know. By God, everything was in there. I was able to see everything they were doing. None of it really affected me. It was interesting to see, though. Uh, At the same time, however, the ruling also notes that the terminations came very quickly with little or no notice. Most terminations do. And without disciplinary hearings, suspensions, or an opportunity to respond to the allegations of wrongdoing. All right, so that's not normal. However, even for the companies that I work for, and I refuse to name them, there are a few violations that go from violation straight over to dismissal. No write up, no warning, no, hey, did you do this? Absolutely not. It is, there's the door, have a good life. And I do not work in an at will state. If you want to read more about this, and I don't want to get into this, I'm feeling like this is going down the wrong path for Talking Tuesday, even though it's about Rockstar. But if you want to read more about this, go over to PC Gamer. You're gonna find it. In fact, when I went over to Game Rant to get some other information, it was it was right there, front and center. Couldn't miss it. All right, here is the one that I found funny and I want to spend some time on. Former Bethesda lead says the Elder Scrolls 6 got announced so early because the studio had to make sure people were not just pissed at us for revealing Starfield instead. I got news for you. This is the one time that the gaming studio should have kept their mouth shut. Elder Scrolls 6 was announced way back in like either 2016 or 2018. Starfield was announced, I don't know, 19 maybe. Starfield dropped in 2022. We have heard nothing about Elder Scrolls 6. Zero. And in fact, when I seen this, I was like, ooh, we finally have news on it. No. So let's dive into it and let's see what in the hell what they messed up this time. Former Bethesda lead artist Nate, and I'm not going to try and say his yeah, I will. Perky Pyle has given a new interview to Esports Insider in which he makes the eyebrow-raising suggestion that the Elder Scrolls 6 was announced when it was because the studio was worried people would be pissed at it. The Elder Scrolls 6 was announced simultaneously alongside Starfield at E3 in 2018. I didn't know Starfield was announced in 18. We learn something new every day. It has been 8 years. Right now, Elder Scroll fans are huffing at the copium thanks to a Microsoft tease that 2026 will be a big year for games ending in 6. I'm hoping they get their game. But the reality is there is no indication what date Bethesda is aiming for with the next Elder Scrolls. That's one hell of a stretch, even for the marquee title. And our man reckons it's because Bethesda didn't want Starfield's debut to be overshadowed by the absence of the Elder Scrolls. Stop. All stop. There's so much to unpackage there. It would make a lot of sense if Bethesda announced Elder Scrolls 6 because Starfield has been abandoned. It has been orphaned. So if they orphaned Starfield to, and I just lost my TikTok. I'm gonna see if I can't. Give me just a second, Nomad Nation. I gotta bring up something real quick. TikTok's starting to piss me off with this. I don't quite know what's going on with it, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna go live over there again. We are now live again over on Twitch or TikTok. I'm sorry, TikTok. Welcome back. You see my eyes are kind of over here. I got three screens. You're over here, so I'm looking over here to see what's going on. I guess I got this nice little thing now too. So you see the green screen behind me. You no longer see my famous background. Yeah, TikTok. I got to get Fireball out here. We got to do some work on it. I don't understand everything that's going on with it. Uh, See if I can't pick this back up where I left off at. Uh, Elder Scrolls 6 just needs to come out. Bethesda needs to come out and explain themselves and say either they're working on it and not this whole shit of, oh, we're working on. No, come out and give us a fucking trailer. Give us something. You have to give the players something. It has been 8 long years and they have gotten nothing. Bring out a trailer. Because if you don't bring out a trailer and we know you're not working on it, then what is your excuse for abandoning Starfield? What is your excuse for not doing anything to them? Now, some people out there might say, well, hey, We got Starfield, or not Starfield, but Fallout, the TV show, and they're doing things with Fallout 76 for that. I'm a Fallout fan. I would be more than happy for them to do all three projects. I know they can't. Fallout, they've already said, is their main focus. But damn, after 8 years, they could at least give out a trailer or give out an update with a roundabout timetable saying, hey, the Elder Scrolls 6 isn't going to come out until 2028, 2029. Would people be pissed? Absolutely. Would they understand or at least be grateful that they got some kind of news? Absolutely. It's these kind of articles that just absolutely piss me off when it comes down to Rockstar, Bethesda, Microsoft. Uh, put any developer's name in there because they've got, yes, people are absolutely pissed off about Elder Scrolls 6 and the lack of information, the lack of of a uh, a trailer or anything. Now they're pissing off Starfield fans because Starfield has been abandoned. Nothing's happened with them. Then you've got Fallout. You got 76 getting the ghoul. You got 76 getting this, getting that, getting everything. That's fine. Oh, for fuck's sakes. What the hell was that? Am I live over on TikTok still? All right, well, we're going to keep going. All right, so, all right, yeah, it's doing all kinds of crazy shit over here. We're going to keep going because I could go on and on and on about Bethesda. Bethesda is one of those game developers. They put out awesome games. Every one of their games has been awesome. 76 got off to a rocky start, but it's settled down. Well, Gaming Utopia said TikTok is not allowing multi-platforms if you can get you banned if multi-streaming. Well, here's the thing. TikTok had to approve me to multi-stream from Streamlabs. Um, they know what I'm doing. I'm not hiding nothing. They're just irritating me because it's a new platform. I will understand it here soon, but it's just new platform irritation. I had the same one with the other platforms. It's all good. Uh, yeah. Let's move on. The whole Bethesda thing pisses me off. All right. I, here's another sticky subject out there, and I put it in here because it kind of made me laugh. And not laugh because of what happened, but laugh because this is the line in the sand that Rockstar has drawn. Rockstar doesn't draw many lines in the sand, but here we go. Rockstar Games bans GTA Online Charlie Kirk missions. Now, I don't care what side, I don't care where you're at with that. Uh, none of my business. I don't care. I was just flabbergasted that this was the line in the sand that Rockstar drew. Because Rockstar is known to be uh the one company who likes to push the boundaries. If you look at any of their games, Grand Theft Auto for instance, they like to push boundaries. And that's okay. You need companies out there, you need stuff out there to push boundaries forward. Whether you like it or not, that was the line in the sand that they drew. Following its December 2025 update that allowed players to make their own missions, Grand Theft Auto Online and Rockstar Games have cracked down on assassination missions themed around actual assassinations. GTA Online has since added these people who were unfortunately taken away to a list of censored terms, though some workarounds still linger. On September 10th, nope, we're not going there. Uh, I'm trying to I'm trying to make sure that this is. I guess it was two things. One, I was very interested about the line in the sand that Rockstar drew, and two, I didn't know you could make your own missions in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like that blew my mind. Like you can make your own missions. Where have I been? I didn't know that. Uh, this mission came to light after Grand Theft Auto released its December 2025 update titled "A Safe House in the Hills," along with adding new missions and missions for players to experience. One of GTA Online's newest additions, oh, that's why I didn't know about it, is the Mission Creator. True to its name, the Mission Creator allows GTA Online players to craft and post various missions for others to undertake, with mechanics, actors, and other customizable parts. Ergo, players have used the Mission Creator to craft unalived missions, even ones based on real world events. Um, I would rather just play the game to get away from reality than keep rehashing it in a game. That's just my thoughts. Rockstar's decision is not a new one. They banned a lot of stuff before. Rockstar Games is not the only game developer to have taken actions against user generated content following this individual's event in September. Roblox started cracking down on content that referenced this individual. Over 100 pieces of user generated content were wiped from Roblox servers following the crackdown. Roblox CEO stated on social media that the removed content violated Roblox's community standards that prohibit sensitive or violent real world events from being reenacted or glorified within the game. Uh, so, yeah, so it looks like Rockstar took a page out of Roblox's book and said, enough is enough. We're not going to allow it. And it is what it is. All right, we got some comments rolling in. Uh, Director mode GTA Online. Yeah, it's the new update, Gaming Utopia. As everybody knows, I am looking for a crew in Grand Theft Auto 5. The crew that I need is a crew of three, where I would make the fourth. And we're just going to go out and do missions. We're going to go out and do heists. We're going to do the heist 4 times. That way, all 4 members get the max amount out of the heist. Go on an invite only server, run each other's businesses, go and help each other and make money. And then sometimes let our hair down and go do our own damn thing, which is okay. Again, one thing that I have going for me that most people don't, I know Gaming Utopia does, I have my own Discord channel. I can facilitate different channels in there and make it to where only certain people can come in to where we are not being disturbed. But that's why I didn't know because I don't have the mansion yet. That's $12.5 million, and I am struggling to get 2.5 to get the salvage yard. All right, so there's a new game coming out this month. It's called Crimson Deserts. It is a medieval game. And the reason why I got turned on to this, and I don't know if I'm going to play it or not, I haven't made my mind up, but the reason why I looked into it was because titles mean everything. Uh, they said that the world was larger than Red Dead Online 2. Larger than Red Dead. I was like, holy shit, that's got to be huge. And if it's in medieval times, you're going by horseback. Now, if you've ever played Red Dead Redemption, you know how long it takes to get from Saint Denis all the way up to Strawberry. It takes freaking forever. And in between that time, you're going to get sidetracked about 50 different times. It'll take you damn near an evening to get there in real time. So I got to looking at it. It is a medieval game. I'm going to get the drop date for you guys. Oh, and it's also larger than Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim's open world, and larger than the map of Red Dead Redemption 2. The game launches on March 19th, 2026. Crimson Desert is an open world action adventure game from South Korean developer Pearl Abyss, set on the war torn fantasy continent of Powell and built on the studio's Black Space engine. In the game, players take on the role of mercenary Cliff as he navigates political conflict, battles mythical creatures, and ultimately forges his own path through quest, exploration, and combo centric combat. Originally envisioned as a prequel to Black Desert Online, the project eventually evolved into a standalone single player experience focused on an immersive world building and gameplay. That's a lot. All right, so let's unpack that real quick. I am all for single player games. However, if you're going to have a map larger than Red Dead 2, if you're going to have a map larger than the Elder Scrolls 5, maybe you need to look at taking this game from single player to online. There's a lot more to do in online. You can have your friends tag along and you guys can go explore. If it's this big, if there's a player at one side of the map down here and you're exploring way up here and it's in the fucking medieval times, it's going to take quite a while for you two to go like this or even cross paths. So that is a game I'm going to keep my eye on. It looks amazing. The artwork looks amazing. The story looks like it could be interesting. Uh, and I kind of like it when new games come out and they call out the old dogs and say, "We're bigger, we're better, we're badder." Badder being a good thing. All right, here's one that made me laugh. We're back to Bethesda. Fallout 76 randomly ended Fallout First subscriptions for some players. That's huge. And I'll tell you why. Because Fallout First, you are able to store an unlimited, or at least you could when I played, unlimited amount of shit in your chest. You were you can have whatever you wanted in there. You no longer had to worry about being over encumbered. I almost said over cucumbered, and that's something that my friend Gonzo got us going on. But a whole nother story. If I were to wake up one morning, go out, and for a subscription I was paying $11.99 for a month was all of a sudden canceled, and I didn't do it, and I still played the game every day, oh, I would be hot. Whew, I'd be warm. Fallout First is the premium membership subscription to Fallout 76, giving players access to private adventures, custom worlds, the scrap box, monthly Fallout 76 atoms, season passes, and various other features. So you'd think Bethesda would want everyone to have access to that paid feature. God, I would think they would. However, despite only being reliably available in Japan since April of 2024, Fallout 76 players are no longer able to sign up or renew the service on the Xbox/Microsoft Store version of the game. Oh, I would be hot. What's weird about this situation with Fallout First subscriptions is that it only applies to the Xbox and Microsoft Store version of Fallout 76. Japanese players on PC via Steam, PlayStation 4, or PlayStation 5 have not been impacted by this issue. In other words, a first party service for a first party game on a first party console is not working properly, but it is for that party's competitors. Sure, that doesn't fully account for Bethesda, but optics wise, that's exactly what it's like. It works for the competitors. Unfortunately, given the history of the service in Japan, it doesn't seem likely to return anytime soon. I didn't even look at it like that. I did not even think about what that meant. Bethesda is owned by Microsoft. Your premium subscription no longer works on your home platform, but it works on your competitor's platform. What kind of message did that send? If I was a Fallout First player, I would be pissed. As everybody knows, and I like to compare two games a lot to each other, this is one of them. But if I were to become a GTA Plus member, but I couldn't access it on the computer, it's garbage. Again, how many of these players are going to jump ship and go somewhere else? All right. Now, for the big elephant in the room, because of the Fallout news I just broke. Didn't really just break it. I pretty much got it from Game Rant. I've been hearing, even from Fireball, I've been hearing that Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are getting remastered, and we are getting an updated version of this. I listened to Fireball over the weekend for, oh shit, probably a half hour, 45 minutes about it. And I was going to talk about it tonight on Talking Tuesday and go through it because I would be very excited for New Vegas or Fallout 3 to be remastered. I've said it from the beginning. I think all of the older titles from the Fallout series, they need to be remastered. I'm talking Fallout 2. I'm talking uh, Fallout Tactics, Fallout Brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Steel one, the original Fallout, all of them, the top-down versions, the PS3 one, all of them. Bring them all to the new generation. So while I was trying to figure out the news on Fallout and not say anything about the TV show because that's for the Nomad Gamers, I couldn't find nothing. I would think it would be front page news for the gaming community. Hey, we're getting Fallout 3 back. We're getting New Vegas back. I couldn't find nothing on PC Gamer, Game Rant, IGN. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, what in the hell is going on? So I went over to Google and I just Googled what is going on with Fallout 3. Is it getting remastered? It is just rumors. Insiders just talking. Do I think we're going to get a Fallout 3 and a Fallout New Vegas in the current Unreal Engine? Yes. Yeah. I think we're probably going to get it either at the end of this year or beginning of next year or even mid next year. I can see that. Especially with Bethesda saying that Fallout is their main focus as of right now. I can 100% see it. Bethesda's making money hand over fist with the TV show, pretty much doing damn good advertising for their video game. If you look back at last week's Thirsty Thursday, I reported that Fallout 4 just hit its highest marks in over a year. New Vegas is hitting new marks. All of the Fallout games are getting a bump from the TV show. Bethesda has said how they are going to prioritize it. So I do think here soon we're going to get it. But as of right now, I can't find nothing. I can't find nothing. I'm not going to spread a rumor, but I can't find anything definitive saying that either one of the two games are going to be coming out. Now, when I talk to Fireball again, I'm going to ask him where he got his information from, and it's probably going to be from the insider information, but or not insider information, but insiders, so leaks. But it's still exciting to know. It's still exciting to hear. But if I was an Elder Scrolls 6 fan, I'd be pretty ticked off that these two are getting a remaster, but Elder Scrolls 6 can't come out. So, all right, that is the end of Talking Tuesday for this week. I'm out of topics. Goddamn, we went through a lot of stuff. So, with that being said, tomorrow night is Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. I will be playing Grand Theft Auto 5. If you want to join in on my invite-only server, just chill or help me out with whatever, you're more than welcome to. Godfather1 is my Rockstar handle. Go ahead and send a friend's request over there. Go down to discord.com, find the Nomad Gamers. Go in, that way we can chit-chat as we're playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm down for that. Um, Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, 7:30 p.m. And then Friday and Saturday, we'll see what happens at that point. But until then, I will be playing Grand Theft Auto. I have been checking in on Santiago Cirillo. He's very busy with the Back from the Dead TV show. Trash Can Graham, he's doing great things with Inhumane Wrestling down in Paragould, Arkansas. I guess he has the tag team titles. At least he did last time I saw him. But they're all doing good things. So I will start reporting on them on Thirsty Thursday. So, in the words of my good friend Santiago Cirillo, your negativity cannot and will not break me. You're beautiful just the way you are. Keep gaming. If you're out there playing a game and you run across a griefer and that griefer needs blown the fuck up, you blow that motherfucker up. Thank you for everybody for the likes, for the shares, for the comments. I appreciate them all. I appreciate all of the support. It keeps me going. So until tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m.,